What I'm going to say is, cheers, people. It's a straightforward German Pilsner. Let's give it a sippy suppy sue. Well, hello there. Perfect drafters. How are we doing? Are we good? Good. Because, people, because we've got a perfect draft keg review. Yes, we have. And why not? After doing all that pint of stuff, you know, the pint of 3 and things, you just want to sometimes just pour yourself an easy pint. Yeah. I did enjoy them though. Worth a look if you want to. So what have I got in here? Back to the perfect draft kegs. What have I got in? So I've got a Haake Beck. Is that what I don't know. Is that how you pronounce it? Haake Beck. Haake Beck, Haake Beck, whatever it is. It's a Pilsner. It's from Germany, which, let's face it, is always a good sign. It's 4.9%. And it's locked and loaded, ready to be tasted, perfect drafters. So, there's been some changes with a very popular Pilsner recently. So maybe we need a good replacement. Maybe we need one that's our go-to Pilsner on this machine. It's got competition. Let's face it, the lagers on this perfect draft, there's a lot to choose from. Is this actually going to be better than, you know, a Hell's lager like a Lowenbrau? You know, that takes some doing. The Oktoberfest ones, blimey, yeah? Beating those. But yeah, you know, let's just go there. The Stella Pilsner has obviously changed. It has, right? So now it's British brewed. Yeah, I don't want to get bogged down in that whole brewage hornet's nest. But we want a decent Pilsner on there. So has this come on there at the right time? It's £36.90 of your finest. So taking into consideration all your discounts and stuff like that, you're basically looking at around £2.85 a pint. There's a lot of furore. Furore, is that a good word? Yeah, there's a lot of talk, a lot of anger sometimes. You could even say people are fuming, yeah, around prices. And we're all feeling the pinch, aren't we? So, you do want a decent value for your pint beer. Of course you do. It's one of the reasons I did look at that pinter. Well, that and the fact they sent me that to actually review. But that is something that actually can bring down your cost per pint. And if you are enjoying your beer at home rather than going to the pub, you still want to have good value. Yes, it's got to have that quality, yeah? And that's the reason for having this kind of machine. You can't compare it to a tinny or a bottle. But if it gets too expensive, you know, you're going to compromise a little bit on that quality and you're going to go for the tins, you're going to go for your bottles. So they do have to be careful. But that price point of £36.90, you know, well below the 40 notes, which is nice to see. Coming from Germany, you know, they've got to go by those purity laws. It's always a good sign. And even in the description of this little baby, they're basically saying, look, this is a straightforward, authentic North German Pilsner. So they're not trying to flower it up. You know, you're not trying to go Naninsky flowery. You're not trying to do that. I've got that in stock, actually. Might do that soon. But they're not trying to do that. They're not trying to say it's got lemons in there. They're not trying to say it's got hints of this, or that, and the other. They're saying it's straightforward. And that was always one of the selling points of Stella. It's a straightforward Pilsner. 4 ingredients, easy to sup. Right, so let's see if this is. Without further ado, people, let's have a look at that keg. Let's bring it in, see if we've got any bubs. I'm going to put it in the Stella chalice, so there should be. I will have some snackage. I'll rate them both, rate the snackage, rate this new Haake Beck Pilsner thing. I'll let you know what I think, people. Let's have a go. So there we go then, perfect drafters. Haake Beck Pils. Simple as that. Haake Beck 1826. It's been brewed for a while. Premium quality. That's what they're reckoning. 4.9%. It's your standard perfect draft 6 litre keg. It's got a nice red, I guess. Looks a very standard kind of beer type logo, doesn't it? You know, you can imagine that on a beer mat, let's face it. So it looks like it's been around for a while. It has, since 1826. So nothing much more to say about that keg. There it is. Let's get it back in. Let's do the pour. Okay then, people, so the keen-eyed amongst you will see I've had a few out of it. So sue me. Right, let's give it a pour. Blimey, that's coming out a bit quick. I think there's a kink in that pipe. There's a kink. Right, that's coming out like a sparkler. That's coming out like a sparkler. There's a kink in that pipe. Simple as that. If that happens to you, there's a kink. It literally was coming out like a sparkler. I'm going to have to let this settle, give it a tippy-toppy too, and then bring it in. Right, I think I've solved the problem. Yeah, it's coming out a bit better. It maybe just feels incredibly fast to me after the pint of 3, because it is. Look at that, not bad. Lovely little head. Let's bring it in. So there we go then, people. Look at that. Not a bad compact foam head. Pretty white. Got some bubs. Of course it's got some bubs. It's in this stellar chalice. There's never a danger, I tell you. You wash these nicely, then there's never a danger. It's not swirly like I have seen before in this. Got to be honest. So pretty gentle carbonation for a stellar chalice, but there we go. Right, nice and clear, straw-like colour, looks like a Pilsner. It is a Pilsner. Let's get it supped. There we go then, people. Right. That's a nice reachable distance, that. There we go. There we go. Right. Still got some bubs going. It is pretty slow, the carbonation for that, for a stellar chalice. There we go. I don't want to bang on about the stellar chalice. I think I have done enough, don't you? Right. Looking pretty clear, though. It did kind of spray out like a bit of a... Yeah. But it's still got that head there. What I'm going to say is, cheers, people. It's a straightforward German Pilsner. Let's give it a sippy suppy sue. Yep. Very nice and refreshing. It is. It is very simple, very straightforward. A little bit Stellar-esque. I think that's lost a bit of carbonation and actually lost a bit of taste in the time it's been in there. Because as you saw with the gauge, I have had a few out of it, and I think that's tasted better. I think it's only got a bit of fluff. I think it's only got 10 days left because I was faffing about with that pint to review and stuff like that. And, you know, I didn't have that many out of it. And I think that has lost a bit of flavour. It was a bit better than that. It's not awful. Don't get me wrong. It's not bad. And I can recall what it did taste like as well. Very nice and refreshing. It's got that hoppy kindness to it. It's crisp. It's simple. It's not got a bad aftertaste. Decent enough mouthfeel. Light enough. On a very hot summer's day, you know, it's not offending anyone. It will refresh you. It will go down very easily. You'll be able to have a fair few of them. Now, is it blowing me away? Not one bit. Not one bit. Would I buy it again? No. Not with the other beers, the other Pilsners that's available on the PerfectDraft. I don't think I would. But I think it is worth a go. I do. If you're not looking at that kind of little bit of a lemon twist that the Hawkston's got, yeah, it's better than a Bud, a lager there. It's better than, you know, your standard Beck's, definitely. Beck's Gold, that's a little bit of a sneaky one. That's not too bad, but I'd still say it's better than that. But, and this is the big but, there's a beauty there on the Perfect Draft that's not really highlighted too much that I'd still buy over this any day of the week. And that's a Hassroder. That is a good Pilsner. And I think it's better than this. It's just got a bit more smoothness to it. For me, just that bit more taste. But it isn't bad. Don't get me wrong, this ain't offending anyone. It goes down very easy. It has gone down very easily. Good one to watch the footy with. Good one to have a few peanuts with. I haven't got peanuts for my snackage, but I have got something a bit different. So I've had quite a few snackages recommended, and I will have to nip to like Sainsbury's and Aldi and get some more. But this one is a bit different. What this is a snack box, right? A Boksu snack box. It's Japanese, but I think you can just generally get it over here. And you basically get a load of different snacks in it. Fantastic stuff. I mean, you do get organic tea and things like that. I'm not going to have that on there, not brewing myself a tea. I've picked what looks like a pack of crisps, because I think that is basically going to be what's good with this Pilsner. Now, I would read the blurbage, but there's no way that I'm reading that Japanese on the back of this packet. So I can't. But what I will do is crack in and give them a go. Now, you do get this nice little book with this Boksu thing, you do, and within it, it tells you a little bit about the snacks. So this one is called Chiba, right? I think it goes on to page 11, therefore. So let's have a look, see if there's any blurbage in the pamphlet. Blurbage in the pamphlet. It's not on that page. Not on that page. So maybe that's not that. But let's flick through, see if I spot the imagery of this packet. Yeah, there they are. Right. Right. So I think that's it. I think that's them there. So it looks like these are Iburi Kako smoky chips. These chips are flavoured with Arkita, Prefector's Speciality, or smoked pickled radish. Sanshin's potato chips are made with rice flour, providing a lighter texture with a satisfying crunch. Now, I do like the sound of that. Flavour, savoury. Vegetarian, yes. Common allergies, milk, eggs, wheat, soy. Also contains none. I presume they have to say nuts if there's nuts. But there we go. So they are smoky chips. Let's have another little sippy suppy sue before I crack in to, I can't remember the name already, these smoky chips. Right. I'll tell you what, it took a bit of opening. Right. Ooh. They look light. They do. They've got a good smell to them. Oh, I'm getting a sniff in that. I didn't shake them, but now I have. So look at the size. They're almost like a little mini poppadom. That looks really good. I'm quite excited. Right, let's give them a go. I'm sensing proper good crunch. I'm just going for a one crisp grab because they are quite a good size. My word. I think these could be a little beer tasting sensation of a snackage. Very strange. Heavier than a poppadom, obviously. Heavier than a prawn cracker. The smokiness isn't like any kind of smokiness that I've experienced before. It really is kind of a real smoke taste. That's a fantastic smoke taste. Wow, I've not experienced anything like that, honestly. That's something else. It really is like someone's properly got, you're like around a campfire, and you've actually got the smoke of that campfire, the woodiness smoke of that campfire, being absorbed into your crisp. Then you eat it. That's what that is. It's got a beautiful crunch, lovely aftertaste, and afterwards, you almost feel like you're smoking that wood of the campfire. Look at that motion. Look at those fingers. Huh? Wow. That is very different. They're not like anything. And that's the beauty of this Boksu thing. And they haven't sent me this. They haven't sent me it. This has been purchased. And God, it's different. It's really different. Everything in there is so different. There's like little cakes and things like that. Obviously, that's not something for a beer review, but this is. And wowzers. It's so different. They're lovely. Lovely. That is so different. And the dry edge of the mouth of these crisps, if you call them crisps, that's a whole new experience. What? I'm tempted to go on that site and buy some more of them. If you can just buy them. You know, I mean, some of the other things I've tried have been really nice. It's like a sweet-wise, there was a white chocolate strawberry dried, and that was pretty damn special. But these, yeah. Smoked pickled radish. I mean, I don't think I'm a fan of radish, but I am now in these crisps. Sanshins potato chips, rice flour, providing a lighter texture with a satisfying crunch. They're not wrong. I was satisfied. I really was. Ooh. Boksu snack box. Ha! Right. On to ratings, people. That, as you can see there, it's a very easy, suppable Pilsner. It really is. There's nothing offensive about that. It's nice. It's crisp. It's very refreshing. It's light enough at that 4.9%. You could have a few of them. It's good. You know, I don't think recently, what did I have? That Mahou. I quite enjoyed that. Had a bit more of a deeper kind of smoothness to it. In the taste, it was just a bit more, I don't know, deep's right. Can you have a deep taste? But you know what I mean? A bit fuller maybe in terms of the kind of mouthfeel of it. This one's a bit lighter. But I think there's only a percent in that or something like that. This, crisp, refreshing, nice. But blowing me away, no. I just think there's better on there. I do. My last review where I had the PerfectDraft, I had the Camden Marzen. And I said there's a place for that because, you know, it's something different. That Naninsky, I've got that now. It came back in stock. And again, a little bit different, isn't it? It's got that kind of floral taste to it, I think, or something. And my mate's had that, and he said that is quite nice. I don't think anyone's really going to be talking about this in a few months. They'll talk about it when it's released, probably still slightly now. But this time next year, I think it'll be one that PerfectDraft will be like looking at and thinking, yeah, we can probably discontinue that. Just simply because there's others on there that are fine, that are better, that are, you know, whether or not they can get this cheaper and therefore, you know, keep this on, because I think it will sell. You know, this is, I haven't seen it in that many places, but it does feel and does taste quite mass consumable-ish. Don't know if that's a word, but you know what I mean. It is open to the masses, not going to offend anyone. So they might keep it on for that reason if they're making a good margin on it. What am I giving it? Let's have some ratage, Baldy. I would say going to give it a 7. Respectable 7. You know, I think I'd probably give 10 and it's a 7. But it's a 7. It's a 7 from me. Yeah, it's not blowing me away. I knew it wasn't going to because I had a few. So, fair enough. But that's what I'm saying for that. Let me pop you back there, Mr. Haake Beck. These are a revelation. I'm telling you that. And I don't even know what they're called. But they're on that Boksu site. They look like that. And the smokiness of these is just, it's a taste that I've never had before. And I think that's the point of that. You know, it's such a new experience. I wanted to share something from that box with you because it is such a different experience. And, you know, I'm not saying the cheap on there, you know, but one of those mixed boxes, you might find something in there that you absolutely love. So I'm giving them a 9 because I loved that. I really did. I think I loved it so much because it is a very different experience. Anyway, there we go, people. I'll tell you what, I'm not cracking into them at full speed like I would do normally with snackage. And that is because they are quite unique and different. I don't know if they are everywhere in the world. Perhaps in Japan, they're not at all. And, you know, they're probably consumed everywhere. It might be like Walkers or Lay's. But over here, I'm not nipping down Tesco's and getting them. So I'm going to give, you know, the odd one of those to the kids to try. Maybe even the missus is going to indulge. But anyway, Perfect Drafters, there will be more kegs to be reviewed. Anyway, people, whatever you're doing this weekend, make it a belter. Enjoy. Have a few beers with a few mates. Enjoy, Perfect Drafters. For now, cheers. Have a good one. Cheers.